Hi friends, this is the math lesson for second grade. We are on Unit 2, Lesson 12. Please make sure that you have a pencil and the pages from your math book are 99 and 101, and obviously the back sides of those, which are 100 and 102 as well. We are going to start off our lesson by counting by fives. So as you can see on page 99, this fills in most of our numbers from 1 to 100, except it's missing all of the numbers that you get to when you count by fives. So if you read the directions, it says go across loop groups of 5 bags and write the numbers. So what it wants you to do is it wants you to first do all the loops like that. So then I would have right here and right here. And it wants you to do that all the way down. And then once you're done with that, it wants you to fill in the missing bags. So we are counting by fives, like I said. So I know that a 5 goes here. A 10 goes here. And you also know it because you can see the numbers counting 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so you're going to keep going. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to pause the video and I want you to finish working on this page. All right, let's see how you did. So I'm going to keep looping all of my bags. Maybe you did it like this because you noticed the pattern as well. So I can see all of my groups of 5. And now I'm going to fill in my count by 5. So I have 15, 20, make sure you're checking your work, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, and 95, 100. Okay, so go ahead and fix any mistakes that you might have made, and then we'll move on in just a second. So the reason they wanted us to practice counting by fives is because today we're going to practice with nickels. Nickels are another type of coin, and they are worth 5 cents. So you can have 5 pennies, which equals 1 nickel. So we've dealt with dimes and pennies. Dimes are worth 10, pennies are worth 1, and now we're going to deal with nickels that are worth 5 cents. So they wanted us to start practice counting by 5. So what we're going to do on page 100 is we are going to count the money as it is, as we have it. We're going to write it in cent notation down here, and then we're going to change that to dollar notation. What do you notice about what's on top of each coin? You should have noticed that it has the value. So really, when we're counting money, we are just adding. So if I have 5 plus 5, I get 10. 10 plus 5 more is 15. So I get a total of 15 cents, right? And then I can take that and write it in dollar notation. For 15 cents, I don't have any dollars, and 15 has a 1 in the tens and a 5 in the ones. Okay, so we're going to do that same thing on number 2 and number 3. Then number 4, or no, sorry, number 3 and number 4 and number 5 is a little bit different. So my first one is always the value. So 5 cents, I know that when I just have this nickel, I only have 5 cents. Well, now if I add 5, plus 5 up here, I get 10 cents. If I do 10 plus 5, I get 15 cents. 15 cents plus 5 cents is 20 cents. And yes, you must have your cent sign because we are dealing with money. Okay, now I'm going to take this 20 cents and I'm going to write it in dollar notation. So when I have dollar notation, I have 0 in my dollars, and then I have a 2 in my tens and a 0 in my ones. So remember, dollar notation is the dollars, the decimal point, and then the tens and the ones, or the dimes and the pennies. All right, let's try number 4. So I'm going to start with 5 cents again. I know 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 plus 5 is 20 cents. Whoops. 20 cents plus 5 cents is 25 cents. And then I'm going to take that number. I know I have $0 if I have 25 cents, and then I have a 2 and a 5. I have my dollar sign and I have my decimal point. Okay, so number 5 is a little bit different. Number 5 says Pedro has 9 nickels. It wants us to draw the 5s with the circle around it to show the nickels and then count up that money. So your first step is to draw 5 nickels. What I like to do and what I want you to do is draw the 5 and then draw a circle around it to make sure that you can see exactly what's in your circle. So do that 9 times. Okay, so now what I can do is I can count by 5s to figure out how much total money I have. So I want you to do that right now. All right, let's see if you got the right answer. We have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 cents. So if I had to write it in cent notation, it would look like this. But I need to write it in dollar notation. So dollar notation, I don't have any dollars, so here's my 0. And then I have 4 tens and 5 ones, so 45. So what I want you to start doing is I want you to make sure that you can count by 5s, okay? Because that's really going to help you when you're counting money. But now what we're going to do is we are not only going to count by 5s, we're going to add in some pennies, okay? We're going to use the same strategies as we did before. We're going to do one together, and then I'm going to let you try one on your own. So let's look at the sample. So we start with 5 like normal, 5 cents. If I add 5 more cents, now I have 10. If I add 1 cent, be careful, now I have 11. So here's 11 cents, and here it is in dollar notation. So now we're going to do the same thing. So I'm starting with 5 cents. Okay, now I'm going to add another 5 cents, so I get 10 cents. Don't forget those cent signs. Now I'm going to add 1 cent, so 10 plus 1 is 11. 11 plus 1 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. So here I have 13 cents. So I'm going to put my 0 in my dollars and my 1 and my 3. Now I would like you to try number 8 on your own. Go ahead and pause the video and try number 8. All right, let's see what you got. So start with 5 cents because that's the value right there. I add another 5 cents and I get 10. 10 cents plus 5 more is 15 cents. Plus 1 is 16 cents. Plus another one is 17 cents. And then again, I have no dollars and a 1 and a 7. Okay, number 9. Number 9 says McKenna has 3 nickels and 6 pennies. So it wants you to draw the nickels and draw the pennies. So a 5 in a circle for the nickels and a 1 in a circle for the pennies. So let's start by doing that. So you need 3 5s and 6 1s. Remember, draw your number first and then draw your circle. And now we can go ahead and count. So we're going to count by 5s to start. So we have 5, 10, 15. Now we're going to count by 1s. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So if I had to write it in cent notation, it would look like this, but they want me to write it in dollar notation. So I have a 0 right here, and a 2 right there, and a 1 right there. So you should be feeling pretty good counting by 5s and then adding some pennies into the mix. Well, now we're going to get one step harder. This time we're going to add some dimes. We're going to use the same strategy. We are just going to have some dimes, some nickels, and some pennies. So the biggest thing is you just need to pay attention to the values and the coins, and then you'll be able to do it just fine. So the first one, we start with 10 cents this time. 10 plus 5 is 15, plus 1 is 16. So I get a total of 16 cents. Okay, so let's start with number 11. So we start with 10 cents. Don't forget your cent sign. We add 5. So 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 plus 5 is 20 cents. Now I'm going to add some pennies. 21 cents plus another penny is 22 cents. So if I write that in dollar notation, I have 0, 2, and 2, 22. Go ahead and pause the video and try number 12 on your own. So number 12 starts out with quite a few dimes. So you're going to start by counting by tens, right? So we have 10 cents plus another 10 is 20 cents plus another 10 is 30 cents. So 10, 20, 30, 40 cents. Now I'm going to add a nickel. So I have to switch from counting by tens to adding a 5. So 40 plus 5 is 45 cents. And then plus 1 penny is 46 cents. Write that in dollar notation. I have $0 and a 4 and a 6. All right, our last problem for today, we're going to draw some dimes, some nickels, and some pennies. So we have 3 dimes, 4 nickels, 2 pennies, okay? So why don't you go ahead and pause the video and draw each of those things out. So you should have 3 tens, 4 5s, and 2 1s. So now I'm going to find out how much money I have. I'm going to start by counting by tens. 10, 20, 30. Now I'm going to switch and count by 5s. 35, 40, 45, 50, 51, 52. So I have 52 cents. Now, if I want to write that in dollar notation, I know I have $0. And then I have a 5 and I have a 2. So when you're counting money, especially when you're using dimes and nickels, it's mostly just counting by tens and counting by 5s. And then you can add in the pennies as well. Okay. I think that is it for today. If you want, you can always grab a handful of money and practice adding it up That'd be a great way to do some extra practice if you feel like you need it when it comes to counting money. Great job today, friends. We'll see you later.